How's it going, folks? So today I'm going to be checking out the band called Dagor Sorhdeam, and the name of the song is Before Sunrise. There's like a new single they recently released, so yeah, I'm curious to check it out. Without further ado, let's not beat around the bush. Let's just get on with it, shall we? Rangers, go.
In my soul, full of loneliness, remain the endless stops and their failed beliefs. Silent pain grieves my heart again as time goes on. I just keep on trying. Is this the time for deliverance? Taking my life for redemption. All of a sudden the lies ran out. You know the sadness and pain preceded. Is that my fate? This can't be right. I will fight. Witness the end of a frail dream, burning in flames of affliction. I fear the ghost of new damnation. I ache for some sensations. I'm longing for the sunrise. Fear the ghost of new damnation. I ache for some sensations. I'm longing for the sunrise. I'll bring the fire and revenge that will consume your soul fears. Death's embrace, there will be no time. I'll bring the fire and revenge that will consume your soul face. Death's embrace, there will be no time. Witness the end of a frail dream, burning in flames of affliction. I fear the ghost of new damnation. I ache for some sensations. I'm longing for the sunrise. Fear the ghost of new damnation. I ache for some sensations. I'm longing for the sunrise.
Wow, pretty intense stuff. The one thing, excuse me, the one thing I'll say, I guess I'll just kind of start with like my critique, because there's really just one, excuse me, is that it felt like the song should not have ended there. It felt like it needed one more blast, because the way that it all built up, and then the guitar came in, which is exquisite. I was waiting for it. I was like, they better do this, because if they don't, it'd still be a nice song, but like it needs that oomph to come in, eventually, and it did. And boy, was it great. But anywho, so that the guitar kind of came in, it built up and all that stuff, and you got a little solo and whatever. But then it just kind of felt like the song fizzled out a little bit there at the end. Especially like in the video, you see all the buildings coming back up, and which was really, really neat and epic. As the sun's coming out, the buildings are all going back together and everything. And this song, it just needed one final blast. It just was begging for it. Like just another 30 seconds to this song, just as it's like, the guitar and everything's building up, and there's just that kind of little lull, like, and it should have been like just to really infuse that hopeful element. Like it's like boom, everything's coming back. Like let's do this or what. It just, oh man, it just needed it. It just felt like the song. Almost like one of those kind of things where something ends like on a cliffhanger, where it's like you get this build up and everything, and it's like, oh, it just felt like the song just fizzled out, and it just needed that last hurrah, that grand finale. Oh man, it just needed it. So that's like my only critique of the song is, it just is missing that one last element. So it's less of like a critique of what's in the song, but more of like a critique of what was left out, at the very end. But anywho, aside from that critique, I thought it was a really, really well done song. The whole like first half or more, even maybe 65% or 70% even of the song was like just piano and like symphonic stuff, and it was just beautiful. The piano work was just exquisite. Absolutely loved it. Very emotional kind of piano. The strings with the symphonic element was done really, really nicely, and the music just was lovely. And the thing that really impressed me too is that kind of thing, like the way that the music was for most of the song and stuff. It really needs a solid vocalist to sing on top of that, because there's not much with the music, and the music that is there is very kind of light, very kind of, like I said, emotional and all of that. So you need a vocalist who is really solid to sing on top of it, because there's not much to distract from the vocals. Some songs you got bombast, you got all this stuff where the vocals are like decent. It's like, okay, it kind of blends in well and whatever. But here, that's not the case. The vocals are out front and center and really carrying like the melody and stuff. I mean, like I said, the music was lovely and wonderful, but the vocals are really kind of carrying the listener through this. And man, I mean, he's got a really great voice. So I was really impressed by that. I thought he did a phenomenal job on this song. Really great range. He can really kind of wail, but he can also add a little bit of grit in there. There was nice movement in his voice. It didn't sound stagnant, like, just singing the lines. There was movement, so his delivery and control is on point, and just his vocal quality. So I just kudos to the vocalist, because again, this song, there's no hiding the vocals, so you really got to be solid. And I just thought he did a really excellent job. So killer vocals. So yeah, I mean, for all of that, I thought was awesome. And then kind of like when the chorus kind of goes in, I love how the music dies down a little bit even more, and it just the way the piano goes, and then his voice, it kind of lowers almost to a falsetto, and like those moments I got like chills, like just the way the music was done and the melody and like the vocals, it just hits. Some songs kind of try to force emotion and stuff, and it falls flat. It's like, oh, that's nice, but here it just it hit me. Like I said, I got chills, listening to this. So yeah, I just thought all of that was splendid. And then, like I said, and I like the vocal melodies a lot, and like the chorus, and just really, really nice. And then when that guitar hits, I was like, yeah, I was waiting. I was like, this song better do it. And it hit just right. The drums kick in, the guitar, and it boosted the song up, and it gave you a real kind of clench your fist sort of moment, and all of that. So that was really well done. I love the guitar work once it arrives. Really nice little melodies, nice riffage and stuff. Without overtaking anything, it felt very much in line with the rest of the song, and nice little kind of solo work and just melodies in general. So I really loved the guitar work. I thought that was just really expertly done as well, and implemented into the song. And and just I loved all of that. But then you get to that end where it's just begging for one final blast, and you don't get it. So in my opinion, it needed it, but it's not there. So that's my one critique, because everything else, like I said, I thought was just expertly crafted, beautifully performed. The piano work was exquisite. I love when the guitar came in, and the vocals were just killer. So just a really, really well-written song, well executed, and I enjoyed it very much. Just needed that last little touch. It's like you're making a dish, like a food dish or something, and you got the recipe and all that stuff, and it's a great recipe that you came up with. And so you're putting in all the ingredients, and you get the final thing, and it's like, man, this is really, really good. But you left out the paprika or something. Like there's just that one little like spice, that one little ingredient on the list that it just wasn't there. And it's like, man, like this is so good. Like everything is like here, but it just needed that one last little spice, just that last little finishing flavor. Because when you're tasting it, the initial bite is like, oh man, that's so good. You're savoring it, you're chewing it. Man, I really like this. But just at the very end, as it's kind of at the end, the tail end of like your palate, like you're about to swallow it or whatever, and it's like, oh man, it just that last little thing, that last little ingredient, it's like, oh man, it's not there, but the rest of the experience was great. Whatever, I don't know. That's the metaphor I came up with. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this. But still, really talented folks here. I was very, very impressed. So, super cool song. I really thought they did a phenomenal job with it. Let me know, folks, in the comments down below. What did you think of this one here? What are your thoughts? Did you think that the song ended appropriately? Or do you agree with me that it should have had that final blast? Or do you think something else should have happened other than like just another grand thing? Let's talk about it. I'll catch you next time. Ranger out.